What if I told you that every single week you're wasting 3 hours that could be invested in your dream without you realizing it? And no, I'm not here talking about waking up at 5 a.m. And I'm definitely not talking about working yourself to exhaustion. What I will share on today's video will be very simple, but yet practical ways that honestly has changed my life to the better. Let's get started. Now, this is what I want you to do. Imagine your week as a big empty jar. And we got three things we're going to put in on that big empty jar. We're going to have the sand, the pebbles, and lastly, big rocks, right? And in this case, the sand is going to be things like you scrolling on social media, your endless notifications, conversations that don't serve you any purpose with friends. And then we're going to have the pebbles. On the pebbles is going to be like things that are important per se, like replying to your boss email or your daily responsibilities, laundry, cooking, cleaning, things of that nature. That category that is necessary, but yet it's not a life-threatening situation, meaning not doing it doesn't really change much, or doing it doesn't really change much either. And then the third one will be the big rocks. And on this category, that's where the magic happens. These are your dreams. These are the things that if we tackle the right way, it makes a big impact in our daily life. That can be maybe spending a lot of quality time with your family members. That can be working on your side hustle. That can be Dolly being more consistent with her YouTube channel. That can be you working towards your promotion. So my point is in these sections is where the big things need to be happening. And the funny thing is, the mistake most of us make is we pour our sand first into that empty jar. In this case, our empty week. Let's say, for instance, weekly, you spend 2 hours on social media scrolling. Technically, that's not gonna bring you anything. If I was to ask you right now what you watched last Saturday on social media, even though you spend 40 minutes on that, you wouldn't be able to tell me specifically what you watch because it's unconscious. You're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. So most of us, we fill our jar with those little things the most. And by the time we come and put the pebbles, which would be your notifications at work, your laundry, your cooking, your cleaning, guess what? Our week is already full. So that we don't have much space left to actually tackle the bigger stuff or our rocks per se. So a lot of us make that mistake that we focus on those little things that, yeah, it keeps us busy, but technically it's not taking us anywhere. It's not taking us closer to our goals. It's not taking us closer to actually see a difference, to see a progress in our life, if that makes sense. So I want you to imagine that, right? Before moving forward, just imagine your week as that empty jar and analyze what are you putting first. Are you putting your sand first? Are you putting your pebbles first? Or are you putting your big rocks? And don't worry, because throughout the video, we're going to be talking about how we can manage that, how we can become better at that. Because friend, if you add up the time you spend on social media weekly, the time you spend probably washing those dishes, that sometimes just because you're washing the dishes and at the same time you're watching a YouTube video or you're watching TV, you know, fully focus on that simple task, it takes you longer. And by the time you add all these 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here, and sometimes even an hour here, at the end of the week, you could have saved a good 3 hours and focus on something that really matters. So now that we had a picture of how that jar will look like, let's reset the jar. Empty everything and let's start all over. So this time, we're gonna go ahead and put our big rocks first. And what did we say our big rocks are? In my case, an example can be spending time with my daughter, improving my content creation. It can be updating your resume to start looking for a better job, and so on and so forth, right? So we're gonna start with the bigger things, the things that if we do, our future self will thank us for it. Once we do that, now we move on to the next. And the next will be what? Our pebbles. The laundry, the setting your appointments for X, Y, and Z, the dinners, the cooking, the cleaning. Guess what? It's still gonna fit because we still have space in our week to tackle those things. And lastly, we're gonna put the sand. And guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna have space for everything. We have a full jar, But this time, way different than previously. Because this time, we were able to tackle the most important thing. We were still able to tackle the necessary things. And we even had time to spend on social media, on whatever it is that you do, right? Because structure is more important than anything else. If you structure your week, you structure your day in a way that works towards your goals, you will always find ways to entertain yourself. Instead of entertaining yourself for 10 hours when you didn't know what to do, you didn't have a plan set, guess what? This time we working 9 hours and we still entertaining ourselves the remaining hour. Because by doing that, guess what we did? We went ahead and we eliminated everything that did not match our goals, right? So I'm not saying you can entertain yourself. Entertainment is good. We need a little bit of everything. If you're entertaining yourself without even knowing that you're entertaining yourself, you're wasting a lot of time, a lot of hours you could have invested again in your dreams, in your goals, in your future 2.0. And that's why it's very important for us to have a structure, to have a system that can help us identify our important stuff, our urgent stuff, and our whatever stuff, right? For me, for instance, let's use this YouTube channel as an example. For the longest, I wanted to be a YouTube channel. And even at the beginning, when I started making videos, I was never able to find time to record, to edit, to look for content ideas or things of that nature. Because I was like, I don't have time. But everything changed when I was like, okay, let me use actually this as a priority. How am I spending my time? And not to say that I was spending my time on stupid stuff, because again, a clean environment is needed. We need our house to be clean. We need to feed our families. We need X, Y, and Z. But if you're spending extended amount of time on those things, then you don't have enough time left to actually tackle the things that will make your life better, will improve your life better economically, physically, emotionally. I would spend hours in the kitchen cooking. I went to the kitchen just to make dinner. By the time I finish, I've scrubbed the whole place, okay? I've cleaned the ceiling at this point because I didn't have my time structured. You see what I'm saying, right? But if I had a schedule already, that dinner 20 minutes, and the next 20 minutes, let's say for instance, edit some YouTube videos, I won't spend those 10 hours at the kitchen because my next hour is already scheduled. There's something in place set for that time. So having a guidance, or better yet, having that clarity will help you. It's gonna help you because it's very easy for us to get busy, especially in this era. So we need to be a little bit more intentional about finding those hidden hours to use it in our advantage. And there's a possibility that now you're like, oh my gosh, Dolly, yes, I blocked the time, but what am I supposed to do with this time right now? Good question. I'm glad you asked that because I have 3 steps to simplify that question, to help you come up with what to do with that time that you finally saved. The step number 1, you need to name your rocks. Have a self-audit. By the way, I'm gonna link a priority classification guide down below. It has a lot of prompts to help you come up with your whys, your reasoning, and you can grab it for free 99 and let me know how it goes. Going back to the topic, we're gonna have 3 simple steps. The first one, as I stated earlier, is gonna be your big rock. You're gonna ask yourself, what's one thing, if I get done this week, will make me feel proud of myself? Because remember, we have an empty jar. What's one thing in this jar that if I get it done will make me feel proud of myself? That, my friend, will be your first rock. The step 2, we're gonna find our power pocket. We're gonna look at our week. Where can you find 30 to 60 minutes? It can be maybe at lunch. It can be, I don't know, when the kids are taking naps, if you have little ones. Is it maybe after dinner? Look at your week and see where you can steal 15, 30 minutes here or 60 minutes here. Once you figure those spots or those times, schedule those times as an appointment. An example, I have a 1-hour lunch at work. To me, I used to be someone that at that time, guess what? I get on YouTube, start watching things that, random stuff, get on Instagram, and before you know it, my alarm goes off, it's been an hour. So I switch it this way. Every single day, I know exactly what I'm going to be doing on my lunch. And if I'm not doing anything productive, it was intentional. When I don't have anything productive to do on my lunch, it was intentional. I chose not to do anything productive. It wasn't a surprise. So on my lunch, I either work on my YouTube scripts, my thumbnails, I either work on my digital products. The point is, I do something that will push me closer to my goal. And if I want to rest on that lunch, I schedule that time. That's like, okay, my lunch on Friday would be a dolly time. And I own that, right? Without feeling guilty. Because guess what? I set the time for it. The third step would be to protect that time we set, protect it. Because as I stated earlier, sometimes you can find a time, you can schedule it, and then since, especially with new at this, we can get easily pulled out of our focus, right? So you need to protect it. For instance, let's say Dolly said at 8, I'm gonna script my YouTube short. Once 8 come, I'm sitting on that chair and I have to script that YouTube short, because if I don't get it done when I said I would do it, guess what's gonna happen? First, you're gonna send negative signals to your brain that, oh, I don't think we're keeping on this. And you're gonna make it, it's gonna become like a norm, right? Like, it doesn't matter if it's on my schedule, I can always skip it. And we don't want that mindset, because the whole point we're doing this is to find those 3 hours a week that we can focus on what? On a goal that will do what? Keep us closer to what? To our goal, right? Keep us closer to that first 500 we're trying to save, maybe to, pay our rent or bills or things like that. Keep us closer to maybe, I don't know, building a YouTube channel and becoming consistent. Keeping us closer to maybe spending more quality time with your spouse, with your friends, with your kids, and build that healthy relationship. So the point is, we're doing this not for fun. We have a goal in mind, and it's very important for us to keep ourselves accountable, because otherwise we're just going to be wasting our time. And another thing I want to add to that is, it's not going to be perfect. Let's say if you set a timer for 30 minutes working on your YouTube channel and you don't go all the way to 30 minutes, you go to 15 minutes, that's still a win. Because the goal here is not to be perfect. The goal here is to be consistent and get ourselves used to that. I can't tell you how many times, and I'm so proud of myself, by the way, because I used to be someone that as soon as I feel tired, I give up. Pushing myself to my limit, oh my gosh, it has been a game changer. Sometimes if I already get tired, but I'm not quite there yet, I'm learning to push my boundaries, right? To push myself a little bit more. Maybe if I was seated, I stand up, or maybe just walk a little to my kitchen, grab water, things like that. Move out of my environment for like a second and come back. And I keep telling my brain, okay, we can push maybe 5 more minutes, maybe 10 more minutes. And before you know it, sometimes I walked for 2-3 hours from that point of me being supposedly exhausted. And that's something that it didn't happen overnight. It happened by practicing. So right now, you're a baby. I want you to be very, very, very patient with yourself, okay? Start small, but start consistent. And the challenge for this week is very simple. I just want to challenge you today to look at your week and find one role and schedule it first. That's it. Find it, schedule it, start working on it. And if it's not too much to ask, please let me know down in the comments what would be your big rock. I would like to find out. And my big rock this week is to film 4 videos. Like 4 videos no matter what. And right now it's early in the morning, and after here I still have to go to work. But I woke up and I was like, maybe I can do it after. Maybe I was like, we're not doing that, right? Because we said what? As soon as the alarm goes off, we're filming this YouTube video. Then I go to work, and on my break today, I have another plan. My other big rock at my break today is script my next video. Because this week, my big rock is 4 videos. Doesn't matter what happens, 4 videos. Now, if worst case scenario, I don't get to film the 4 videos, but I filmed 3, I'm still gonna be happy, right? Because I'm like, okay, I did something instead of not doing anything at all. So yeah, I'm rooting for you. Let me know in the comments what's gonna be your big rock. And if you found any value, please let me know in the comments, subscribe, and share it with a friend or another busy woman out there that might need a push. And don't forget to grab my priority classification down below. It was made with love. It was made to help us navigate in this process of trying to figure out how to move forward, because again, we live in a very busy world, and as busy moms, sometimes it's very easy to lose focus. And my goal for you is to claim that version of yourself that we all know you can be. Okay? Well, that's all I have for today. And thank you so much for being here, because I know you could have done anything else, right? Choose another video. But the fact that you stayed here with me means the world to me. So thank you so much, and see you on my next one. Bye.